Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Chris Yee.
Today we're playing knee deep in Hexes. A 2 or more player, I guess, war game, a war simulation, a fighting game.
It's an ode and homage to real-time strategy games of like StarCraft and Command and Conquers and stuff. I almost said Command and Colors.
Command and Conquers.
It really threw me off.
Red alert. Hey, you can win a copy of this, folks. One for yourself. We got 2 of these. All you have to do is to enter this contest to win one of these is email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word Hexes. In the body, put your name and your favorite real-time strategy game. If you've not played any, just put none. You know, maybe you haven't played one, but that shouldn't stop you from playing this. Chris is going to teach us how the game plays, but I hope you win the contest.
All right, so taking a look here at the game, you're going to see a few things. One, Tom and I are sitting opposite each other here.
As always.
I am orange, i.e. the winning side, and Tom is blue. There's no other caveats there. I am the winning side. So this is going to be our base here. This is orange base, and then this is going to be doo-doo blue base. So,
how often have you played real-time strategy games?
I've played a decent amount. I used to play a lot of StarCraft.
A lot. All right. I played Command and Colors.
I had a Red Alert and I think Tiberian Sun. Was that the expansion?
I played Dune, son. You weren't even born yet. You probably weren't born, but all right.
I never played much Age of Empires, though. But anyway, so this is going to be a war game, basically, right? We're going to be building our different units, shown here in these trays. Now, these trays, to be clear, are, I think that they're going to be an STL file add-on in the Dice Tower or in the Kickstarter. They are really neat, and they even have lids and stuff in them. They keep all your units. We're going to be just showing it off with them because, one, I think that they organize the pieces pretty nicely, and 2, they look cool. So, the idea being here, we're going to have units that we're building, which are going to be ACVs, so the construction vehicles. We've got tanks, and we got these big boys here, the Paloozas. Let's see if I can't show them off a little better. ACVs, the little construction trucks. Bloom, tanks, what I'm going to be specializing in, and the big boy, the Paloozas. All right, so we're going to be building these out here, putting them on the map, and we're going to be trying to storm each other's base. But these ACVs are construction vehicles, as I mentioned, so part of their strength is that 2 of them together can construct buildings. You have refineries, which are going to give you, if you've played any of these real-time strategy games, more resources based on where you build them. So this here, next to extra energy and resource mining, is going to give me more of those resources to be able to spend on my turns. That's an important aspect. Factories built out on the board are going to allow me to build new units out near the factory, and I can even build a factory right over here, right in Tom's face if I wanted to.
I double dog dare you.
But they can be destroyed, so it's a bit of a gamble. But that's nicer than having to build all of your units adjacent to your base, as we will be doing at the start of the game. And the last thing that we can construct are these defense turrets, and these turrets will just add to the battle. We're going to talk a little bit more about the details. Basically, ACVs have 1 attack strength, but can move 3 speed. Tanks have 2 and 2. And then the Paloozas, the giant pieces here, have 3 strength, 1 movement. So everything kind of comes at this nice balanced sacrifice, benefits and stuff. But we're going to not spend too long here with any other explanation. We're going to kind of go into the game. But Tom, something you tend to like in games like this.
I'm ready.
Is asymmetry, no?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
So we're going to have 9 similar starting war cards here. Some of these are special actions we can choose to take. I'll throw them up on the screen. So at the cost of resources, we can maybe do some quick mobilization of different actions. And there are also war cards which will add strength to our battles that we will be engaging in if we have units in different formations. So Tom and I are going to have equal decks with some of these battle cards here. But then we're going to be picking leaders. Each faction here is going to come with 4 leaders, of which we'll be picking 2. Tom, you took a quick glance at these, and you said you already had some in mind.
I do.
All right, what are you picking? Oh, I'll pick as well, right? At the same time.
Is it simultaneous pick?
Yeah, so we would have these in front of ourselves and we'd kind of choose our team.
I haven't looked at yours, so I don't know. But so I'm taking. Here's my 2 commanders. You can show everybody. We got Avery Well, we're going to turn off the blue screen for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Avery Yar.
Everix Yar.
He makes my tanks have a movement of 3.
Okay. So you're going to have, with these particular leaders, this is going to be your starting energy production, starting mineral production, and then your total base's defense value. But you are starting with a special ability. Your tanks have a movement of 3. They can move 3, and they still have 2 health.
They do, and the reason I picked that deck for that reason, the Emi Yoshiko deck I picked, they start with an extra energy, which is okay, but they have really great cards.
Yeah.
They can get stuff out for free, which I like.
So on top of having leader ability, we'll keep that, I'll throw mine back up on the blue screen. So on top of having different leaders, each leader also comes with different decks that have different abilities. So I'm picking Tool Vine. So Tool over here says, if you play no war cards, you get +1 to your strength.
I notice her symbol is the scorpion, which is horrific and evil, and so are you.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
And I got Lenny Kravitz over here. I'm sorry, Lee Kratz. Wild Kratz, baby.
That's a pretty good ability. Your tanks can build.
Yeah. So normally, only my little things, the ACVs here, can build, and you have to have 2 of them together to build on an adjacent hex. No, son. My tanks can do damage, and also they're going to be acting as Bob the Builder. So I'm really enjoying this. All right, that's good there for the blue screen. So I have my 2 leaders picked out over here. I'm now taking Lee and Tula's decks here and shuffling them into my main deck, from which we'll be drawing 3 cards. You're allowed 1 mulligan right at the start. So if you don't like the 3 cards that you drew, you can discard them, redraw, shuffle those other ones back in. Two endgame conditions, if I haven't mentioned that. One is to blow up the other player's base. That's an instant win. And the other is going to be the scrap track that you see running down the side over here. Once 11 units or buildings have been destroyed, then we're going to tally up and see what is the total health of all of those units. So Darkstalker asked when this game is coming out. It's coming to Kickstarter. It's coming to Kickstarter soon. I don't remember the exact date, but that might be in the description below. Kickstarter in February. Thank you. So let's say that Tom has destroyed some of these units, and that I've destroyed some of his stuff. If we hit the 11, then at the end of the game, we're going to count up who did more health worth of damage. Tanks have 2 health. My ACVs have 1. Each of Tom's constructions here, the buildings, have 2 health each.
Oh, it's not number units, it's health power?
It's health, yeah, total.
So then what if it's a
strength.
tie?
If it's a tie, then whoever did that amount of damage in fewer units destroyed.
Got it, okay.
Which is why it goes to 11, 1, Spinal Tap reference, 2, tiebreaker. There's no way to...
easy pickings.
Oh, yeah. If you know one thing about me, Tom, there's no fruit so low hanging that I won't pluck it.
That's true.
A mole could be dragging it underground, and I'd be like, mine!
I shall accept my initial opening hand.
Okay, I'll draw mine.
How do we determine who goes first?
Ooh. That's a great question. I think that the rules just say randomly determine a start player. But Tom, can you think of something more thematic?
I think I should go first since you've played before.
Well, that's fair. Do note, though, if you are the first player, you will short yourself 1 card draw. So the phases are first you draw, you gather up your resources. So I'm going to put my markers here at 2 and 2. Tom, you can go ahead and put energy at 3. So these ones here are going to be to track what our total production is, because you chose a leader that gives you 2 energy. And so, first phase of the game, of each turn, Thomas, you're going to go move these resource, like the actual up-to-date trackers, to the maximum. You normally would draw a card, but you're not going to as your first player. And then you have all of your actions. You can just take actions until you run out of these things and you pass.
You said I'm shorting myself a card draw?
For being first player.
So yeah, I should have only taken 2?
No, you have your 3. At the start of each turn, you will draw 1 more card.
Oh, like okay. So I can spend 1 to build a twerpazoid thusly.
Absolutely. Anywhere adjacent to your base. Yeah, mountains I didn't explicitly state, but you figured it out. Impassable terrain, you can't build on it.
I'll go thusly. And then I'll spend one to put out another little dude. Thusly.
And then
no, I'm gonna put him here, sorry. There.
Okay.
Energies, I'll use it or lose it type thing, right?
Everything is. Resources, energy, everything. If you don't use it in the round that you have it, then you're done. So deploying vehicles. Let me double check here about structures. They all cost... Structures all cost one resource, one mineral. Oh, you also have one material less as the starting player. Is that right? Ooh.
Okay. Then I'll build one less tank.
Keep in mind, that's an ACV. And that's, I'm only saying that because tanks are the
You're right.
unit.
I apologize, ACV, and my tanks are movement of 3. So now he's going to move like that. And using all 3 energy. Oh, no, is it 1 energy move him 3?
Yeah, 1 energy moves this guy 3 spaces. 1 energy will move tanks 2 spaces, except for you because you're special power. 1 energy will move the mega large Palooza 1 space.
Okay. Then actually, Chris, I would have started him over here.
Okay.
And so he would go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 for 2 energy, and I don't want to use the last energy.
Okay.
The energy can't be used for anything other than movement, right?
You can use...
I can discard and draw.
You can discard and draw cards.
I shall. Do you get to see the cards I discard?
Are they discarded face up? That's a good question. Just put it face down for right now, and then I will double check that.
All right. I'm done. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm going to say the discards are face up for now, unless Sun Smile Gaming. Or is it Sun Smile? Are you from? From till 5 a.m. or involved with the game? Face up discards. Excellent.
I move 1 extra space. Wait, can't these guys move 3?
They can move 3 spaces each. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, thank you.
There you go. Keeping them honest. Okay, you're done. After you take your actions, you can choose to put out your war marker. You can declare war in a spot.
I shall. There's no. I don't think I would actually. You might call my bluff there.
Correct. Yeah. So we'll explain how that works as we get a few more units out on the board.
And discards face up. So I did it.
Discards face up. Excellent. So at the start of my turn, I'm going to boop 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 move up here to my capacity. I'm going to construct an ACV right there. I'm going to move it 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. And let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. And with my last action, I'm going to construct 1 more ACV right there. Oh, that'd be nice. Okay. That's all my stuff here. I am not going to declare war either. Had you declared war, we would resolve that first, then I could declare. But no, that's good, and I'm going to pass.
Okay. So I get my stuff. Now I'm drawing a card. Womp, 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 womp.
Oh, excellent. Sun Smile Gaming is the designer. I didn't recognize your name because when you introduced me, introduced yourself to me at Essen, you used your human name, not your YouTube handle, which I appreciated in person. That is correct, Jeremy. Yeah, no resources will carry over. So if I have unused stuff, especially as I start moving these markers up higher, I might be content with a turn, and then I just forego all of that. That's the last thing that you do each turn, is you would deplete everything to 0.
I'm going to do this to drop 2 of these chaps, like Leslie.
Yeah.
1, 2, and I'm going to start cycling some cards, actually. I think for my last 3 energy. Everything else is going to stay Actually, no, I'm going to move him up 1 with one of them, and then I'm going to cycle a couple cards. So that's 1. Oh, that's fun. And 2.
Ooh, I could have built a little differently.
Okay.
Okay.
Your turn.
So, start of my turn. Oh, and did you drop a card at the start of your last turn?
I did.
Okay, so start of my turn, I'm drawing up a card and going up to my max resources here. My first action, I'm going to move this ACV 3 steps. I'm going to spend my last energy to use a very inefficient 1 movement here, but all for the purpose of spending 1 energy to construct an extractor or a refinery. So I'm going to move up my maximums by 2 materials and 1 energy. So starting next round, I'll have a lot more to work with. And then with my last action, I'm going to construct 1 more ACV. And that bad boy is going to go... Actually, I could construct a turret defense over here so that Tom doesn't get any ideas. But no. Let's do that right there. I'm going to construct this bad boy right here. I don't want to do any action cards. And so I am good for my turn.
All right.
No war has been declared yet. You're going to see this is a lot, just like a lot of these real-time strategy games. You first figure out how to build up your resources, you kind of get stuff going, but pretty soon here it's going to get bloody.
All right, so I built a factory here, or not factory,
A refinery.
a refinery. So I get those 2. And then he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3.
You notice you are allowed to move through your own units.
And then 1, 2, 3.
As long as your unit's actual speed allows you to move through that.
I'm done.
Okay?
Is there any summoning sickness here? If you build a factory, can you?
You can start building from that factory right away.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So, start of my turn, I'm going to draw a card. And then I'm going to move all my resources up. Thusly, that's a big move right there. How do I feel about this, Tom? I think what I'm going to do...
I'm being very non-aggressive here.
I'm going to move my first ACV over here 3 steps. I'm going to construct a defense turret there.
A defense turret.
Because I don't know what you're doing with this guy. This guy's confusing me. It seemed like you're going for the little like Zergling
I'm a tank from the caveman era. Your ways frighten and confuse me.
All right, that's good there. My next action, I'm going to construct another ACV, and then I'm going to construct another refinery right here. So zoop, that moves up. I'm feeling pretty groovy. I don't think there's any action cards I want to spend just yet. And then, I think they're called. I think the official term is extractor. By the way, is what these are called. I'm sorry. It's so easy to mix up these terms, right? With every different video game like this that you've played. So let's go. Okay. I'm gonna, with my last energy, I'm gonna build 1 more ACV. So I have now almost constructed all of mine, which is both good and a little bit frightening because, as I mentioned, units that get destroyed are just gone. And then with my last energy, I would like to move this 1, 2, 3 steps, and then this one over here, 1, 2, 3 steps. No action cards, no war declaration. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to do. I'm declaring a war zone. So let me explain how this works right now. You put your war zone marker, which is this little triangle thing, a raised fist. You put it into an intersection of these 3 honeycomb areas. So you see this group of 7 hexes, this group of 7 hexes, and this group of 7 hexes is now in what is declared my war zone. If Tom moves anything up here, he's going to be facing the wrath of my 2 single strength ACVs and my 2 strength defense turret. So he has a whole turn to respond to my declaration of this being a war zone by moving stuff in there, and then we'd compare relative strengths. I'm basically doing this as a defensive maneuver, saying, don't move up in my grill, okay?
I can't believe Chris just did that. That is so helpful for me. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Why did you do that? I wasn't planning to attack you. But you made a war zone.
I did make a war zone.
So I believe this orbital ion cannon, which I'd like you to show everybody.
Absolutely. It's very blue. Roy, we might want to turn the blue screen off.
Says assign up to 3 total damage to target enemy vehicles of your choice in the current enemy war zone.
The opponent may remove their war zone marker. Sign up to 3 total damage.
Yeah, that's not as good as it could be, but...
All right, let's turn that screen off. Okay.
Now, you have delayed my building for a while.
I have, that's true. Thank you guys for your little sacrifice.
Obviously, if Chris knew I had that card, he may not have done that.
I might not have, but also I might have just fished it out. Maybe it was strategic all along.
It's possible. I'll get rid of that to do that. And I'm done.
Okay. It is the end of your action turn.
I'm not putting out war zones. So I'll remember to do that when I want to do it.
First, mine resolves. That's the only thing I'm getting at. First, you resolve the current one, then you may place yours if you wish. Okay.
Then there was nothing because I didn't move this unit in, because why would I have come in there to kill you?
Right, exactly. All right, so let's do this. And then, yes, Sunsmile Gaming here. I'm sorry, Marcel, right?
You may remove the marker to avoid total loss. What does that mean?
So your card specifically stated, hey, at the end of my, after you did the orbital bombardment, the card said I could remove my marker. If I'm like, ooh, enough has changed here, I no longer want this to be a war zone.
Oh, I figured out why you were, yes. I mean, I could have moved my guy up here, but I wouldn't have won because it would have been 2-1.
Exactly, yep. Plus,
although we could have played cards.
Exactly. All right. Well, you destroyed 2 of my things. That's fine, because I have this really good extractor stuff going on. And I've got a lot of resources happening. So first, I'm going to spend 1 energy to move this guy 3 steps. I'm going to spend 1 resource, 1 mineral to bloop, place out that extractor. Oh, that's nice. I got all the energy in the world now, Vassal. 2, I'm going to put out a tank. Oh, 2 more. Interesting. I'm putting out another tank. And I can mobilize these bad boys. These guys can move 2 steps each. And remember that my tanks also have the construction ability. They can also build units.
We forgot that because it was so boring.
And then let's move this ACV 3 steps up this way. Okay. Hand limit of 6 cards, so I'm comfortable there. I'm not declaring war anywhere, and so it's back to you.
Alrighty. Interesting. What do I want to do? Well, I've been putting this off for a while. I should probably... Yeah. Let's just ignore everything for now. I'm gonna build a...
Oh, the wrong mark.
Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and build...
And did you draw your card?
I did not. Actually, that might change everything. That is actually what I wanted to do. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good considerations here.
Okay, so I'm gonna build another extractor here, and that costs 2, right?
Okay.
I'm correct on that?
Yes. Or no, sorry, it costs one resource to build an extractor.
Oh, then that does change what I'm gonna do. Okay, great. I'm still doing that. I'm gonna play this, Chris.
I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, all have 1 resource construction cost and 2 health.
I'm gonna place a turret. It was at 3, right? So it costs 1. Yeah, I'm gonna place a turret next to one of my vehicles.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move. Then I'm going to move. I'm assuming each of these can only be mined once.
That is correct. So you can't build another extractor here and double mine from that same spot.
Then I'm going to do a card. Nice. Okay, then I'm going to declare war in these 3 hexes. These are not in that spot, so I will do this hex, this one, and this one here.
I have a whole turn to respond.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you waste your movement then. I don't care.
All right. Okay. Let's do
Right
this.
now, it's 3-2, right?
Oh, yeah, but it's not going to stay that way for very long. Remember, my other ability is that if I play no war card, I get a +1 to my strength.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound great, but when cards are really tight, it can make a difference. So I've got a ton going on here. First thing I'm going to do, 3 resources. I'm going to construct a Palooza.
Oh, I forgot that zone was next to your main base.
That it absolutely. Oh, plus, I have all of this energy. So
Then come fight me. I'm just one guy.
I think I shall. So that's 1 activation there, another activation here, and then I'm going to use this to construct. Should I construct the turret? That'd be juicy, but I'm putting a lot of eggs in one basket. No, I shan't do that. I will just activate this guy again to move up into here. I'll activate this one step closer. He's still in this active war zone, but he is getting closer up there. I'm going to construct 1 more tank. Yeah, and then let's start putting the pressure on over this way. So this tank is going to move 2 steps. He's going to be accompanied by this fella, who's moving 3 steps. Sorry, I think he's at 1. And then I'm going to move this guy. Ooh, interesting. No, I'm going to move this one here from the rear, 3 steps up. Okay. Oh, something happened with the camera. Oh.
Good to go.
All right.
Okay. So, current strength, right? So now that I'm done with my actions, we resolve this war zone. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To your, what was it? 3, Tom?
Yeah.
Was it 3?
No, I can't.
Let's count it up.
I didn't know you could build something there. I wasn't paying attention to that. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm not committing a. Well, I mean, we could choose to commit battle cards. I'm not going to. Yeah. Here's the thing. You could, in theory, commit battle cards to prevent the damage, because what will happen is it is 9-3 currently. If, Tom, you had a way of bringing it up to, say, closer, like 9-8 or something.
I don't think that's worth it because you would just kill it on the following turn anyway.
Because then I could redeclare war right after, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll take my lumps.
Okay, so it's 9 on my side to 3 on Tom's. The difference there being 6, I can assign up to 6 total damage difference. So this is 2 here for this turret defense tower, and then 1 for the ACV. So this battle is now resolved. This goes back to you. I could declare war in a zone, and I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare it in this spot here.
I have another one of those cards.
I think that you do, right? But this is just still kind of a, hey, don't mess with my turf kind of a thing.
I don't think I'm even close to yours, though.
All right, so I'm done with my turn.
Alrighty, let's draw a card. Well, let's build some vehicles here. We'll build some tanks. We'll build a tank here. And we'll build one here. And then we'll build a Weenster here.
Chat, did you guys ever used to play like a lot of like StarCraft or anything? Age of Empires, Command and Conquer. Or some of the other big ones? There's like another big Rome one, wasn't there?
Huh?
Age of Empires.
It's Age of Empires, Warcraft, Starcraft. That's one. The Command and Conquer system. And then there's like a ton of other ones. I mean, I played a Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. That was fun. Where you had little AT-ATs walking around.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. But I think it was based on the Command and Colors engine.
Command and Conquer.
No, I'm sorry. It was based on, not Age of Empires engine.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm kind of done here. No war. I mean, no more. Go ahead.
Okay, so this battleground resolves. Nothing there, but I see you pressing up on it. Let's go. Ooh, excuse me. You know, I never played the... I'm not drawing a card because I'm at my hand limit here.
Ah.
So, there's that one set in the 1920 alternate universe, the Scythe one. I never played that, but I actually heard pretty good stuff about it. Ooh, I got some real juicy choices here. Let's go. I'm going to activate this 1, 2, 3. I'm going to activate him. Actually, I'm going to activate this guy here. And now, because my tank also has the build ability, I'm going to construct a factory. So now I can build anything up in there with my factory. I think I'd like to construct... Let's do it. It's Palooza time. I'm going to activate this tank 1, 2 steps. One more time. He's coming up over here. To activate this one. 1, 2. And then let's get this guy moved over. I'm going to declare war in this sector.
So can you leave the sectors and there's no war at all?
Correct, yeah. So in your turn, you can, and nay, you may want to, move these guys out of. That's why you have the whole turn to respond to my declaration of war, which is really hard to see amidst all of my amazing construction over here.
So what are you at? 7, 9, 10? It's 10-4 currently.
Yep. 10-4, good buddy. What was Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds for? Was that a PC game?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember if that's the exact name. I think that's what it was called.
Someone else actually said that they played a lot in the chat too.
Yeah, and it had different factions. You could play the Rebels, the Imperials. You could play Naboo.
Oh, okay.
You know, you could play the clones and stuff. So they had the tanks. It was probably 20 years ago the game came out, but we played it all the time. I used to whoop Sam at it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let me see. 6, 10. What's your power there again? 6,
10.
9, 10. Oh, that's probably better. Yes, let's do that. So, I'm going to start with a Chrono Surge, which I pay 2. Did I draw a card at the beginning of my turn? I did not. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'm going to play 2 at the beginning of my turn to do a Chrono Surge. Remove an enemy vehicle or structure adjacent to one of your vehicles. Put it back in your supply. So it doesn't die, it just goes back to your supply.
Oh, wow. All right.
Then I'm going to 6-4, 7-4. I will pay 2 more to get out another tank here. And I'll pay an energy to move this tank here. I'll pay an energy to slide this guy up in.
Remember that a lot of your battle cards, I'm going to re-show up here on the camera some of the basic battle cards. They require different formations of units. So you'd have to have a guy, anything can happen in this space, but then another unit in that space, or 3 in a row to get different amounts of power. Anyway, sorry, take that off the blue screen so you can see what Tom's kind of doing up here.
I'm going to bring out another Weenster, and then I think I'm going to cycle a card. Okay.
Oh, so, that's true. So I could have to remove the...
Yeah, you could have. Would you have? Because I would have moved differently.
No, let's keep it. I'm curious to see what's going to happen here.
All right, so right now, this guy's not in the battle.
That's correct.
I guess I should have asked that. Does the formation have to be all in the battle?
Does the formation have to all be in the battle is a good question. Yeah, I want to double check. I don't want to have to guess on this question. And or Marcel, if he in the chat can answer that quicker than me. So we play the war zone card or war cards. Some war cards only give power if certain vehicle formation is established by friendly vehicles within the war zone, the resolved war zone. Yes.
And you're saying I can't sit on these?
That's correct, yeah.
Well. I'll put him there. He came out. Sorry. I'm going to need to redo the movement then here. So
right.
These guys were here.
And there's definitely, so that's definitely the thing is like the, I don't know if you want to call it area control, but it is the area control, right? I'm limiting what is actually in that war zone. And therefore limiting the number of spaces that you could actually have that consideration.
Yeah, I'm just going to do this then instead. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
These units are here.
Then I would have dropped the guy here and went 1, 2, 3, then paid 1 to move him there.
Okay, because your tanks have that 3 movement, so that's really good. They're quite zippy.
Yeah, and then I would not have taken that last card, and I would have paid 1 more movement to fly that guy in.
All right, so right now we're tied.
We are tied. If you don't play a card,
I get +1 strength.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm throwing.
How do cards work? I mean, how do I know you're playing a card or not? Does the attacker declare first, the defender?
I think it was just that I'll reread through this really quickly, just make sure. But I think that we just both choose a card simultaneously, then would reveal it. But that's a good question. If I'm choosing not to. The attacking player, the one who resolved the war zone marker belongs to, may choose 1 war card from hand. Then the defending player may.
All right, so you say you are playing a card.
I am playing it, so yeah. That's
so I am also playing a card.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll flip it over, and so let's throw up on the screen. So Tom is adding 4 strength to his because you can see that he's got 3 units in a row within the war zone. I'm throwing this one, which is a 1. Ooh. Turn you that side, you got a tickle my throat.
Do you not have a drink?
I do got a drink.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you're picking one of your vehicles or structures, no damage. That's a very defensive, boring card, but...
Oh, it's really good for me, though. Excuse me. So my defense card, even though Tom, you have 3 advantage over me, I'm choosing to defend here my factory. I'm not letting that one go. So you have 11 to my 8, so you can do 3 damage worth of stuff.
Right, so I'll kill this and this.
Okay.
Now, I could put another one there right now. Am I allowed to do that?
Now that we've resolved my war zone marker, you are allowed to. Yep.
I could just say I'm going to fight there again.
Yeah.
You have a factory, though. You can just drop crap in.
Oh, it's great. It's a great idea. Yeah. No, you...
No, I'm not going to do it. I would have destroyed the factory. I 100% would have destroyed the factory.
Oh, absolutely, which is why I used that card. I've been holding on to it. Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry. I meant to bring out that guy at the end there with my last one.
You're good.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so...
Your mic is off?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's resolved there. I draw a card at the start of my turn. Zip zap. I got plenty to work with here, Tom. I got plenty. Ooh, I'm excited about this. First, I'm going to move this guy one step. And I'm going to play an improvised extractor. I'm going to put my last extractor here. Boop. Boop. That allows it to be built next to one of my units with a build ability. So I'm pretty maxed out on a lot of stuff going on here now. So I'm going to construct a tank. I'm going to construct an ACV. And then I'm going to move stuff. So let's go move that one in there. I'm going to move this one in here. And let's start moving this Palooza ever so slowly. And then he's going to show up right there. All right, I feel good about that. I am not... Oh, I could declare stuff right here. What could you do? You've had a lot of tricky cards. You chose...
I really do have tricky cards.
Yeah.
One of my characters is about building buildings all over the map easily. Unfortunately, I'm not pulling that one off as well as I like.
You are absolutely not.
Didn't have to agree with me, but all right.
No, it's the friendly thing to do. It's the correct thing to do. Okay. I am putting my war zone marker back out here.
All right.
So yeah, so James, the one way to win would be to just destroy an enemy's base outright, and the other way is that when this track fills up with deceased units and buildings, whoever has done the most total damage will be the winner, which right now is Tom.
Yeah, but I'm going to either have to retreat from this battle, which I don't love.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay, all right, I'm going to spend one to slide this guy up here, spend one to slide this guy up here.
Oh, what a shame.
I'm going to spend one to move him through them like that. And I'm going to build another tank. Actually, before I build the tank, I'm going to move this guy like that and build the tank there. Then I'm going to, for my last energy, I'm going to cycle a card.
You're leaving this guy here in my war zone.
He's going to die.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt me to leave him there. It doesn't hurt me more to be overwhelmed, right? That tank, he's holding off the pass. He is Leonidas Tanker.
Leonidas Tankersley. I like it. He's a little engine that couldn't. We'll put it that way.
Well, that would have been cool another time. All right, and then I guess I will build Big McMuffin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a McDouble right there.
All right.
All right, so you're done with actions now. So this war zone marker is going to resolve. So I have a total of...
Are you playing a card?
I am not. I have a total of a lot. Now, you might have some tricky cards still.
I will not.
So in terms of total damage, actually, I think I've tied it up right now.
2, 4, 5. Yes, 5 to 5.
Yeah, because each of these is only 1 damage you've done to me and 2, and then I've done 2, 2, and 1.
So I'm winning the tie still, though, because I've killed more units.
It's who's done that number of damage in fewer units.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Then,
so the tiebreaker is currently in my favor, or I could just try to rush your base right now, which would be glorious. All right,
what a glorious.
start my turn and drawing a card. Oh man, this factory's in a really good position. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. I'm spending 3 to bring out another Palooza. Right there. I wish to... What's the good that's going to happen here? Let's do this. So I cannot move through opposition units, but I can position myself in such a way that you can't reinforce this area at all. So, second energy, I'm going to move 1. Another energy, I'm going to move 1. Let's do this. 1, 2. This one there. I'm going to construct another Palooza right there. I'm going to move this 3 spaces. And I'm going to move this 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, this war zone marker came back. So I feel good about this. I'm going to declare war in this zone right here. Uh-oh, folks.
I guess I'm missing the uh-oh part.
So I have to choose whether to include these 2 or these 2.
Oh.
Because there's not one that...
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, it's an uh-oh.
Fair enough.
It's an uh-oh. Yeah, basically what I've tried to do is trap you in completely. And I think that's going to be the way to do it. Okay. That is my turn there.
All right. Alrighty. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye to your big tank.
Oh, you're doing it again.
Would you like to pull off the marker? You should surrender now.
And that's the one that actually destroys it, right? It doesn't just come back to supply. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing, is these 2 units are not in this battle.
It is 5 to 5.
It's 5 to 5. It's 5 to 5. Hallelujah.
That is called a retreat, and what a wimp.
Yeah. Oh, you thought that was a real declaration of war? Oh, sorry. This is just a war games test. You happened to wander into our fire. That was all, right? Oof.
I'm going to spend an energy to cycle a card. I'm looking for a specific one. I have found it, but that's not quite what I wanted. So I will cycle that card out. Yeah, I'll cycle it out again, hoping to find a specific card. No, I didn't know this was in my deck. All right, maybe we should stop fooling around and...
And remember that is the tiebreaker that we're talking about, the fewer amount of units if you've done equal damage. Because when this hits 11, you first count up total amount of damage dealt, which right now is 3 in Tom's favor.
All right, your turn. That's it, no war.
Okay, I think you didn't move these guys out, so that would be enough to give me the win here. So I got to do some really tricky stuff.
Does this deck get reshuffled if you go through the whole thing?
I believe so. Is that right, Marcel? All right, I've got... Here's the sticky thing. I've built almost all of my units except for this one tank. So this factory here is fine. I'm gonna do this, I'm at my hand limit. I probably should have been cycling cards a little bit more, but I'm going to need all of this activation just to get stuff in here. So first, I'm going to construct with 2 this tank. I feel good about that.
No, the deck is depleted. That makes sense.
The deck is depleted.
I suspected as much.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just going to keep shuffling my deck till I get those blow-up cards every time.
That's fair. Let's do this. I'm going to move the Palooza into this zone with 1 activation. I'm going to move this tank up here, I think. Oh, no. I don't even need to because I'm going to declare in this zone. That's locked in. This is beautiful. 1 for the Palooza, 2 for the show, 3 for the tank. Right there. 4, and away we go. Further, I can move this ACV into this zone here. That's good. And then I'm going to do this. I'll play this one here for a resource. Place a turret on an empty field adjacent to one of your units that can do the build ability. Oh, even if it has no build ability, without paying any additional cost, just the 1 resource, which I did. So I'm going to build this turret right up there. Oh, that's why I wanted to lock you in. Sorry, so I won't have moved this one in there. But what I will do is I'll have moved this tank up there. There you go. So you can't retreat these guys. You are in the war zone.
All right.
There's no retreat either direction.
Bloop, bloop. So what is the current? It's 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 to 5. I'm 10 behind.
10 behind.
Alrighty. Well, we will see what we can see to see what we can see.
Yeah, when I played this lesson, I did not get anywhere near to depleting my deck.
I'm a man who likes to see new cards. I'm going to see my whole deck. Hoping I can get... Oh, well, no, that's too little, too late. Okay. All right. So let's see. There's not much I can do because I can't get in or out.
And even if you declared war somewhere else, this my one would resolve first before yours.
Yeah, no worries. All right, let's do it. It's 10 to 5.
15 to 5.
15 to 5, sorry. I meant I was losing by 10.
So I'm throwing a card first. You are as well.
-5 if you have two structures, which you definitely do. So I'm at a total of 10, but you are 18.
18.
So you kill 8, which is the final 3.
The final 3 here. So yep. So we go through.
It's the final 3. All right.
So up to here we are tied, right? With the amount of total damage that we've done, and then I have 2 on you from destroying that tank there. So there you go. That was a play. That was
knee deep in hexes.
That was winning with a scrap track. I also could have tried to come over here and put pressure on you by attacking the base. What happens is trying to destroy somebody's base, and someone asked about this in the chat earlier. Let's say that I had sent a bunch of units over here. It's hard because it would be so easy for Tom to build a bunch of units around it. So I would have to do enough damage to be able to have my battle strength exceed his by at least 4. Because if you look at Tom's 2 leaders, can I grab your leaders again?
Yeah, actually, some of the leaders, you have one over there that makes the base 4.
Yeah. So this amount over here is going to be the total health value of your base, depending on the 2 leaders that you chose. So let's talk about the leaders that I didn't choose really quick. So one of them here, Bob Neonarty, has no special power, but the base has a defense value of 4, which I really like that because it's just a little defensive, but I'm almost always going to choose a power instead. But then over here, Shad, your factories have 4 health points. So when you destroy factories, or like all of your buildings can be destroyed. Who are the two you didn't choose, Tom? Or is it these two?
Yeah.
All right. Tom could have chosen Judy. Whenever you lose a war, draw a card. Not bad, right? Especially in a more prolonged kind of a game.
I could have picked these guys. They could have moved through mountains vehicles. Then your
really?
thing would have been foiled.
Xeno over here, a little bit like the Terrans from StarCraft. Your structures has a movement of 1. So that's really
I thought about that, but I'm always bad with these guys who move structures, so that's not my style.
Yeah, it's hard. But as you saw, that some of the actual positioning on the board can matter. So being able to use some of those structures to like cut people off, create the war zones exactly how you want them. So there you go. And like I said, each of the characters comes with different decks of cards, so they would have behaved very differently from there. A lot of mix and match. So yeah, make sure to go check out that Kickstarter, which will launch in February. And there'll be more details there. There might even be more than just what you saw here, of course, but this gives you a good taste of what Knee Deep in Hexes is all about. So Marcel, thank you for being in the chat, answering questions, everything.
Well, there you go, folks. We'll see you in a bit. We have a few top 10s. We'll be back with another game. Until then, I'm Tom.
And I'm Chris Yee.